And I'm Von Toba.
And we've been doing life,
Love,
and business together for nearly 2 decades. What you just... Von Toba,
I'm joking.
you just said...
I'm so proud of you.
And we've learned a thing or two about having a good life.
Shows.
And now we want to share it with you.
Sometimes it's happy,
And other times it can be a little tough.
but one thing we'll always make sure it is
Good. This is the good life.
Hello and welcome to the Good Life Show, everybody.
Good life show. What you think? I don't know. I'm Psyche Terry, and this is my amazing husband and co-host, Von Toba Terry.
We hope you're loving the new episodes of the Good Life Show just as much as we are.
Yeah.
We enjoy bringing you all this goodness.
Goodness. You gotta say it. Goodness, like you pooping. Goodness.
Oh.
You gotta go,
And you already know we have more goodness in store
yeah,
for
see,
you.
I just gotta train you a little bit on how to say goodness. Okay,
So-
Von Toba, what is that? Speaking of goodness.
All right, it might be hard to tell from that angle, but just a few days ago, we did a paint party
Yes.
at a place you probably wouldn't expect, at a church
At
event.
church.
Yes, so this
We be
is
busy.
Jesus washing the feet of one of his disciples.
Yes.
And they were just using an example of servanthood and what
Goodness.
servant leadership means. Goodness. Being willing to serve somebody else. And we don't preach on a Good Life Show, but they said this and we have to share it.
What?
They said, if you think about it, Jesus would have washed Judas' feet knowing that Judas was going to betray him. Do you think you could have enough heart to wash the feet of somebody you knew was going to stab you in the back?
Wow, I just trying to find more places to say goodness. So I'm like, goodness sake.
Well, we got some good
My
trends
goodness.
going on
Yes.
social media,
Woo.
and I think it's time for trend to trash.
Okay.
But I really wanted to share this trick on how to get rid of stains that are like greasy stains in Tupperware. So what you're going to want to do is put a little bit of dish soap into the Tupperware, add some warm water. Then you're going to want to add a few pieces of ripped up paper towel and then seal it up. And then get to shaking. Shake it pretty vigorously, I would say between 45 seconds to a minute. And then I'm running out of time, but you'll see once you rinse it out, it's completely clean. It doesn't have that greasy feel anymore. Do at me or use my sound, see if it works for you. I want to see everyone try it.
Okay, wait, what? Yes, first and foremost, because, well, here, let me be clear, right? I don't think, I stopped with my whole weight loss journey, I stopped microwaving in plasticware, which I think
Yes.
sometimes creates that, right?
Right.
But also spaghetti, when you just save it.
Right, we're
or
still using it for storage.
For sure.
We love some spaghetti,
yes.
especially from the Midwest.
So definitely the signs of food in the Tupperware, I don't like seeing it looks like old Tupperware in the drawers anyway. So let's figure this out.
Let's
okay.
try it. So how about this?
Here.
You do the experiment, and I'll sort of guide you in the process
The
based on what I
experiment.
saw.
The
All right.
TikTok
So we got a
experiment.
dirty pasta. No,
Nasty.
wait first. You got to follow the instructions. Put a
Okay.
little bit of dishwater
So
in it.
you do it, because
Okay.
you the baker.
A little bit
I
of
cook.
dish
I just
soap,
be
dish
like,
soap.
where
Now
where
pour the
stuff at?
water in.
Pour the water in. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. TikTok.
Let's see what TikTok has in store for us. We're gonna rip this up. Can you rip this one
Water.
up? I'll rip this up. All right.
Ripped up. She did say ripped up. And if you weren't here, I wouldn't have ripped it up. I would have just thrown a bucket of paper towels in there. So
See, we do
let us
science
see.
on the Good Life Show. You want to shake it up?
It is STEM.
Make sure it's closed first, though.
I mean,
Oh. That's it. Make sure it's closed first. Let's see if it works. It's closed now. All right. That actually worked.
it did.
It did work.
Love it.
All
Love it.
right.
Let me see
Let's
here.
see. We shook it up. Look at that. It actually worked. It is clean. If we were to rinse this out, it would be clean. So
And the paper towels too.
the paper towels too.
It looks like it took the dirt of the, I guess, whatever was
It's like the
inside.
paper towel soaked it up.
Yeah, it took all of the nasty. Wow.
So with wet
and so
hands,
did we.
we're gonna vote trend or trash.
I don't know. What do you think, Vontova?
I want to say trend.
I say trend.
Trend. This works.
It did work. It really did. So no more nasty red, or really red is the only color that like gets into the Tupperware.
It's the sauce, the tomato for some
Which
reason.
I love. I mean, yeah, what are you gonna do?
So that was a trend.
Yes.
Another trend is, because more people are viewing the Good Life show, they're starting to slide into our DMs.
Okay. Well, I love Tara. She is amazing. Tara Sidham is from She Dates Savvy, and she is savvy about like marriage and dating and
All the
online
relationship
dating. I mean,
questions.
listen, we need to should we do a She Dates Savvy, like talk me and you and her?
One day, yeah, let's
One
set it
day.
up.
I don't
Let's set
know.
it up.
Listen, but you want to know what she has to say. So let's get her on here.
All right.
We are keeping the DMs busy, hot, burning hot. Yes, they are sliding, girl.
You look cute in your
Thank
chartreuse
you.
over there.
Okay, Chartreuse.
Yes.
Chartreuse.
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 Most people say lime green, but it's actually
Lime.
chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
You look cute. I like
Well,
that.
thank
Give me
you.
some
She
chartreuse
tried.
in my
Chartreuse.
wardrobe. You did. She did.
Okay.
Hey, girl, you ready?
I am so ready. Okay, so what's in the DMs? We are ready. How
We are about
I'm
to
feeling
help
like
a lady who is out
surgeon.
here in these online dating streets. Her name is Chastity. She's from Dallas. She's from the Big D.
Okay,
Come
Chastity.
through Big D.
Appreciate you.
She says, I've been online dating. I met a guy I really like. We went out 2 times, made plans for the 3rd time. Then I ain't hear from him again.
Oh.
Did I get ghosted? Help me.
Well, online, that's you now.
That's all me. That's all me, because y'all know that's how I met my good husband.
Yes.
Right?
That is right.
So, and you may or may not even know this, Psyche, but in dating, there's something called getting ghosted.
I've never even heard the word.
Right.
I do
So-
have 3 little kids, so ghosts, we like friendly.
Right. Look, Casper,
Yes,
it
that
is
is
not
where I went.
Casper. Usually when people ghost, it is not friendly. It is not friendly at all. So ghosting is just that, a person disappearing, gone.
Oh.
Okay, so we were hanging out, everything was cool, and I never heard from him. That means ghosting. So she's asking, did I get ghosted? Now, here's the thing. Most people will assume that they got ghosted, and then they go into their little corner with their feelings hurt, and they're
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
I believe in communication.
Yeah.
So before I would assume the worst, especially if this guy was making plans with me, like he was saying he wanted to see me for a 3rd
Yeah.
date, I would reach out to him and
Okay.
just say, hey, John, just checking on you.
Yeah.
I know we'd made plans for this 3rd date, but I hadn't heard from you. Want to make sure you're okay.
Right. That
And
was what I was-
also,
yeah.
let me know if you've changed your mind about us getting together or staying connected. Well,
You.
grown woman over here.
Yeah. Listen, give me some of that. You
Grown
just. That is
woman.
so good.
Grown
You gave him an
woman.
out.
Yes. And I
heard it.
communicated. There's so many people who are not used to communicating.
Yeah.
People laugh at me when I tell them that I didn't like the show I Love Lucy. I didn't like that show.
Okay.
Lucy didn't communicate. Right, and Lucy was always
I'm just
doing
saying.
sneaky things
Yeah.
instead of coming to Ricky and
Yeah.
saying, put me in the show.
Yeah.
She would go this way, that way, up the stairs, down the window. And she just wanted to be in the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she didn't communicate. So
Yeah.
I'm big on communicating
I
what
love
you
it.
need, what you want to know.
Yeah.
So I will tell Chastity from the D,
Yeah.
baby, reach out to him.
I love
and
that.
give him that opportunity to have it out so you're not just making it up in your mind. Lots of things are going on right now.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are getting sick.
Yeah.
You know, real life happens to folks. So if a person doesn't pick up the phone, it may not be anything about you, because we always make things personal, right?
Yeah.
So I say reach out, Chastity, okay?
I'm-
And let it, again,
Let me
y'all
tell you.
slide in with the questions. I want you to slide in with the updates too.
I am so being schooled right now because I normally would be like 3 words. What had happened? That's all I want to know. What had happened?
And
But
he
it's-
may have a what had happened story too. He
Yeah.
might be like, what had happened was. You got to hear the was part. We don't know the
help
what.
him with the- Yeah, instead of getting mad.
Keep us posted, girl.
She's a multi-hyphenated powerhouse in the entertainment industry, and she also is the host of Karen Hunter, the Karen Hunter, okay? Get it together. The Karen Hunter Show. I tell you what, this woman is phenomenal, and we are so excited to have the Karen Hunter here. She's got a whole show on Sirius XM. Y'all better know, we are going to have a group chat today. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Good Life Show. We have our group chat today, and here at the Good Life, it's all about sharing stories of people who are truly making an impact to and for the greater good of all. And Karen Hunter is doing just that with her voice. The Sirius XM radio host, author, and activist is all about using her platform for change.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get this started. Let's introduce our audience to Karen Hunter. The Karen Hunter, honey. Put a V on that. Karen, welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me? I appreciate you. Thank you. Both of you. Just bought the co-wash and the body wash.
Right.
Oh, wait, tell the body wash too? She
Yeah,
got the body wash.
wash
Okay,
and the
listen.
co-wash. The hair and the body.
I went shopping. No, I got all of the hydration.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Karen, where does your drive come from? That's my question I want to start off with.
So I was just talking to somebody about this. First of all, the highs don't come without the lows. So I think people, they look at your success, but they don't ever look at what it took for you to get there. We've talked about that, Psyche, before a few times. It's the valley. The valley is where you're made.
Yeah. No, that's so real. What are some of those things that were in your valley, Karen, that we would have no idea of? Share with us, because here in the group chat, it's always for people to, they lean on us and they ask us for advice, but what we enjoy doing is bringing in family and people that are across this great world that are who we lean on and who we look to. So share with us, what were some of those things in your valley that we would have no idea that you pulled through?
I would say the failure of my first big major .com magazine. I had gotten $1 million from Bear Stearns. Then the .com bubble burst as we were preparing for that next round of funding. And it was the first time when I knew in my heart I should have listened to myself, which is to build a business, not around for next rounds of funding, but a business that would sustain itself despite that. And I had a friend who did a magazine at the same time, and his model was to go get advertising, and he's still in business.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was painful because I felt like if somebody gave me money, I had to listen to them.
Yeah. Well, money man. Is that true? She's saying that it's all about what is sustainable. And I love that, Karen.
Powerful insight.
Yeah.
You're actually building a business, to layer on to the idea.
Now, Karen, I know you from the Karen Hunter Show, but you've done some other things that are, first off, that's phenomenal. XM radio. I could stop there, but you don't stop there. You didn't even start there. We're over here. I'm just learning about this petition that you had signed over 500,000 signatures. And this resulted in the removal of the Confederate flag. Look, I'm like the Confederate flag removed from the South Carolina State House.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Even that, we all remember what happened in Charleston when that horrible person went to church with those beautiful human beings on a Wednesday night. Because, Wednesday night church, if you go to church on Wednesday, you really are committed to the Lord. That is a
Wednesday night service.
Yeah.
That's where you study. That's where you dig in deep with the Lord. That's a different kind of study. This Cretan sat for an hour and change with those people and then murdered them. 9 people, left one alive to run and tell it. And when it came across my screen, because I was looking at television, I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't imagine in America in 2017 that Black people were not safe to go to church on a Wednesday night in love. Let a person in that was clearly not part of the community. True Christians, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's real.
and he murdered them. So I could only imagine the funeral procession, because the pastor was also a state legislator, and that his casket would be driving by that state house that had a Confederate flag waving.
There
And
it
in my
is.
spirit, I couldn't sit with that image of his casket going by a Confederate flag that was part of the spark that led this person to kill him and 8 other parishioners. So I didn't sleep. I got up the next morning and I called the governor, Nikki Haley. I just, as a citizen. And when I got put through, the person that answered the phone asked me what I wanted. And I said, I want to talk to the governor about what? I said, I believe she needs to take that flag down. Here's why. And the woman on the other end said, that's not going to happen. It was a black woman. We know how we sound. That's not going to happen. And I said, why not? She said, because it's always been there. So I hung up the phone and wrote 2 paragraphs. My sister-in-law has sent me a petition for something. She's always, out there doing amazing things. And I didn't even know where to go, but she had sent me a petition for Move On. So I just used them and hit send and went to work. I didn't do it for anything other than I felt like it needed to be done. So I will also say, in those days, Bree Newsom also went up the flagpole and snatched it down and got arrested. So it was a series of things. That petition got 577,000 signatures in 3 days.
Whoa.
3 what? 3
That
days?
she did.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was because in that moment, it just made sense, right?
It
How in the
did.
world can we, as Americans, have this flag fly on a state house building
Yeah.
that represents trade, somebody that lost the war against America? How are you flying that flag? It's not heritage. It's not heritage. This is a traitorous, murderous, hateful image.
Karen,
And
oh my
this
God.
shouldn't stand. So, people agree.
I just want to, because you talk about roadmaps, and you talk a lot about that roadmap, and I hear a roadmap from you of just like you had your heart was in a place, and you followed your heart, and you did something. You took action. And Von Tobin and I talk a lot about just taking action.
Yes.
And I absolutely love that you did that, and in 3 days, right? Because some people are like, well, maybe not. But if you wouldn't have taken action in 3 days, this 577,000 people were able to respond to your action. I think you're such a testament of doing what your heart is desiring you to do.
Yeah, you're such a catalyst for change, Karen. I mean, you think about it, you start off the conversation talking about people in church, and when you brought up the 3 days for the signatures to reach that, I was just like, there's lots of things that happened in history that took place in 3 days, if you know what I mean.
Listen.
You know what I mean, Karen? So I want to learn some more about you and where we can find out more about what you're doing to make an impact in the world and in the country. We know about your radio show.
Yeah.
Do you have a website, or is there a place we can just learn more about you and how we can join you in your efforts?
Well, I mean, it's KarenHunterMedia.com is where you can see all of the things that I'm doing. But, to be honest with you, Von Toba and Psyche, I don't promote the things that I'm doing. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm not doing this for any other reason than all of us, I think, have a call to do something, right? We all have a reason why we're here. And my job, I feel, is to, bring information to people. I started as a journalist, and the journalism led to writing books, which are still a way of disseminating information. The radio, the voice, now I use my voice to do it. But, I just want people to know things. But more importantly, I want people to know themselves so that they can not focus so much on what other people are doing. Not focus so much on what they don't have and what somebody else has, but on what they're supposed to be here to do. And if we can give people the tools to build the best lives they can have, then I think the world will be better, and it'll be less strife and anger and hatred and all that other stuff. So I think that's what motivates me. You want to follow me to do something, follow yourself to do something.
Come on.
Karen,
Listen,
that's the
you
mic drop.
just wrapped our show, okay? Oh my gosh. Follow yourself to do something.
And know yourself.
And know yourself. right? Hear
Right.
that voice, take action, follow yourself to
Can
do
I get
something.
an ink pen? I want to take some notes.
I'm
'cause
telling you,
this is
listen, that's
good.
what this is about in the group chat. Karen, thank you so much. The Karen Hunter. Look, I'm ready to call her the Karen Hunter, the truth, right? I am so honored to have had you on the show today. Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. Vontoba, we got to move on though.
Yeah, I wish we could continue, but coming up, this is one of my favorite parts of the show. It's when you join Psyche in her corner of the world. She's inviting someone in to talk marriage and how to be a good missus.
Wait,
y'all.
is that why this is your favorite part? Just because this particular show, because this particular one, we gonna talk about marriage and how I can be a better Mrs.
Well, you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm always here to be a better Mrs. That is the truth. All right, okay. Well, y'all know it's gonna be good. Stay tuned. Y'all, welcome back to The Good Life and to Psyche's Corner. This is where we talk all things well-being, all things for the whole woman, and you can always bet that you are going to get the real right here. Today, we've got my invited guest, LB. LB has been called the Mrs. Marriage Makeover Specialist. I want to learn what she has to say about becoming our man's it girl. Woo! LB, come to the corner, girl. Help me become Vontoba's it girl.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my goodness, no, Vontoba thanks you for coming on the show, okay? Listen, I gotta know, first and foremost, how did you become Mrs. Marriage Makeover as a specialist? Were you like me? Like, were you your first customer? You know, I'm just wondering, asking for a friend.
Yes, that's normally how it starts.
Yeah.
I am a Mrs. Married Makeover Specialist. I have been married to my boo, my bae, my baby daddy, Derek, for almost 13 years.
Wow.
But I can tell you something though. Although I've been married for 13 years, I haven't always been a wife. Did you catch that?
I heard
Because
you.
all married women aren't wives.
Break that down, please, ma'am.
And we could resonate. Yeah.
What in the world do
So I
you
had
mean
to
by
really
that?
check- I had
Oh.
to check how I was showing up. I was showing up as Mrs. Married, Mrs. Sarcastic, Mrs. Know-It-All, Mrs. Controlling. You can relate to someone. Look at your face.
No,
You can
that's
relate
not what
to
my
someone.
face mean at all. I'm thinking about friends, okay? Girl, yes, I can.
Absolutely. So when I started changing those, I gave myself a makeover. I really had to change the way I was showing up because I really wanted to enjoy my marriage and the man I'm doing marriage with.
Oh, I really, I love it. I love it. And I wonder, did your husband notice the changes? Did he determine, could he see, or were you like, honey, have you noticed I'm not sarcastic anymore? Or did it just come out naturally? Tell me more.
Yeah, it came out naturally. One, because he started talking to me more. Like my husband told me, it was hard pill to swallow, but you're difficult to talk to. You're hard to talk to.
Yeah.
And I was showing up in a way that was kind of cutting off the communication. That was, not bringing us closer, but it was pretty much drawing us apart because of this thing right here. That's why we got Tame Your Tongue Tuesday, ladies. Because we got to remember to tame that tongue.
Wait, what? What is Tame Your Tongue Tuesday? Do you have a day of something for every day of the week?
I do. So I have your Marriage Makeover Monday.
Okay.
Tame Your Tongue Tuesday. What would a wife do Wednesday? Think like a wife Thursday. Freak him Friday.
Woo!
Seduce him Saturday.
I'm sorry, I missed Saturday, girl. I'm still freaking him. What?
You gotta freak him on Friday, encouraging you to initiate some sex. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Seduce him Saturday.
Oh.
Spoil yourself Friday. Because you gotta take care of yourself first before you take care of him.
Oh, I can't believe I almost missed Saturday, girl. Like, look, I was so busy on Friday. And I love what you're saying, because it sounds like, how can we even get to Friday and Saturday if we can't handle the week? Hello?
That's right.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. Tell me, are there more people that have had a chance to grow and learn, and have their marriages been changed because of you?
Absolutely. I have a program that's in wife development. It's the Making of an Irresistible Wife. I have clients who have gone from being married women, from really checking how they're showing up as that Mrs. Sarcastic, Mrs. Controlling. There's so many Mrs. Independent. and how she really is making marriage hard for no reason. So we've been able to work together and help these women get a makeover, really change the way they show up, making them irresistible, making their communication better, meaning their man want to talk to them. Like, not just about service stuff. Like, we want to go deeper. He wants to connect with you because he feels safe. We create that safe space, that openness, where we can really get connected.
Girl, I'm baffled. I'm in love with everything I'm hearing. I'm corrected, but I think I'm leaning in on this. I heard you say not Mrs. Independent, and I heard you say, however, Mrs. Irresistible. They're those two eyes that I want to play with right now. What?
That's good. Yes. Mrs. Irresistible. Listen, I'm changing my married women into irresistible wives. Who doesn't want to be irresistible? And I'm talking about not just from the attraction as far as looks, but I'm talking about your spirit, how you emotionally take care of yourself and your family, from how you even handle business. Like you right now handling your business, that's being irresistible. But you can't be an irresistible wife, and you can't be his it girl unless you tame that married woman.
I am in love with this, girl. Vontoba will be in love with this. I will let you know how it goes. Where can I DM you, girl? How can we find you? I want you to know, and more people need to know. Where can we find you as we wrap up?
Absolutely. My playground is on Instagram, so you can find me on all social media outlets. And then, of course, we take care of business at thewifecoach.com.
Girl, we are headed to you right now. I absolutely enjoyed having you. Thank you so much for joining us. This was amazing. You have just changed my marriage, and I'm sure future marriages to come. Oh my gosh. Everyone is on social media these days, but is your time online making or wasting money? I just want to know. We're going to meet a young man who's done creative things that have, even from his comedic timing, has turned his online sensation into making money. He's going to share his story next.
Welcome back. It's time for Give and Grow. This is where we discuss all things money and business to give you the tools you need. And today we're talking to Joshua Dillard, a social media viral sensation, and in a surprising lane of content. Joshua, welcome to The Good Life.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Welcome to The Good Life show, Joshua.
I mean, come on, man. It's the good life. We're living the good life. It's only right
that you're living the good life, Joshua. How's it going today? How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, blessed, grinding. You know, the work never stops.
Oh, yeah, it never stops. It never stops. So I understand you have an entertainment background. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, man. So my background is in film, right? Like videographer, filmmaker. And I kind of like took that and I've been doing content for years. I actually used to be a Christian rapper. Can you tell? I don't know. Maybe you can't. but been doing content for years, man. And that's kind of translated into the content that I'm doing now, where it's this lane of Christian comedy, or taking these very much so like real elements that we deal with as believers and making them funny, but also making you think.
I like that too. You know, a lot of influencers blow up with mainstream content online, but you took that different lane, like you said, the Christian entertainment. Like, what influenced you to make that decision?
Well, one, I know it's probably going to sound cliche, but God, I think there's a space for it, because I think a lot of content online, especially in the Christian realm, can be a little cookie cutter, you know, and so I play on the edge with my content, and I feel like there's a space for that, because there are so many believers out here who are dealing with certain things, but we don't know who to talk to. We don't know how to talk about it. So it's making it easy to create this space where it's funny, but it's also conversational.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I saw one of your skits about, is she the one? And you're praying and asking God, is she the one? And how do you come up with your skits? That is really creative.
Man, honestly, I just be in my head, bro. I take things that's going on in my head, and I'm like, oh, well, that would be cool, because these are some of the things that I think. Like, is she the one? I don't know. She's in church all the time. God, I want someone with a little swag. So I just take those things, and then I say, look, that'd probably be a nice skit. So I do the skit and I go through my little creative process and bada bing, bada boom.
Nice. I love it. Has this been lucrative for you?
Content, no.
Okay.
Content, no. Especially if you're like a beginner content creator, which I just started like really focusing on content, I would say almost a year ago on August 24th.
All right.
But I have a consultant and a digital marketing agency that I
Yes.
run. So that's lucrative for me. And because of content, it helps drive leads to my marketing agency.
Oh, so in that sense, it is lucrative in the sense that it's a lead generator.
Right, it's a lead generator, exactly. Because if you're just doing content right now, the little bonuses that Instagram and TikTok can give you and stuff like that, it ain't gonna pay the bills. It may pay a cell phone bill, might. You know what I'm saying? It definitely ain't putting no gas in your car because the gas is like $100 a gallon. So it's definitely not doing that. But if you do have a business on the back end, you know what I'm saying? It can be very lucrative for you, even if you're a small creator.
Oh yeah. We want to be able to put gas in our car, especially when it's $5-6 a gallon. You know what I mean, Joshua? So
Right.
Now, how did you make that transition? I want to hear a little bit about this digital marketing agency. How did you come up with that and get started in that?
So in 2016, I started a podcast. And I launched, I didn't have any clue what I was doing. I was just like, yo, I want to start a podcast. I want to create content. Podcast, it wasn't popping like it is now. So I did that for about 2 years and we killed it. At the same time, you're talking about 2 years grinding and not being able to pay bills. Like, I got a family. I can't just be out here podcasting, you know what I'm saying, and not making money from it.
Gotta eat.
So eventually, I invested into a coach because I needed to learn business. I needed to learn like what is sales, what is marketing, what is return on investment. Like how do I make these things work? Because at this time I'm just hustling, but hustling can only get you so far if you don't have the education, if you don't have anybody to give you the blueprint. It's only going to get you so far. So
you have the blueprint, Joshua. I see you being successful in business and in content creating, and you're teaching people some tricks of the trade now.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about that. How can people get in touch with you if they want to learn more?
So, yeah, you can go to joshuadillard.com. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a way to make all of this work to your benefit. And so building an audience, because you just don't want to build an audience just to build an audience. You want to build an audience that funds your lifestyle. And so I teach people how to do that on social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. It's all about building your audience and then allowing that to be the marketing tool for whatever it is that you're doing on the back end with your business.
Gotcha. I like that. I'll be sure to follow you on social media, and I'm going to reach out to you because I want to hear from you about where I can listen to some of your music that may be out there, and also who you have on your playlist, because I have some guys on my playlist, and it's I work out to it, Christian rap.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Now look, I don't need your judgment now because I haven't put out music in quite some time.
Judgment-free zone, So, well, thank you for joining us for the show, Joshua Dillard. Everyone out there, be sure to follow him, check out his content. It's very inspirational, very helpful. And Joshua, we'll see you again next time. Send me a video and I will answer your questions. If you have any questions about business or financing, hit us up on Facebook and Instagram. I am at Vontoba. Check me out. Or drop me an email at vontoba@uiglobalbrands.com. We'll be right back.
That was a goodness, good show. I'm sad that it's time to go though, Vontoba.
It is. It's time.
I have a lot of fun here with you.
Yeah, this has been fun.
We gotta go be parents again and work and all that jazz.
Back to the good life.
Well, we want to thank our guest, Karen Hunter, LB, the wife coach, for being on the show. And oh my gosh, it's really been a really good time. Vaughn, let me tell you, because I don't care what day you watch the show. If it's Wednesday, I have to be a good wife Wednesday, or Thursday, I got to be a good wife Thursday. And I just really remember Friday and Saturday, but that I'm gonna just have to tell you about that later.
Hey, good wife, good life.
It's great life, great life.
Oh.
It's been a good show. Thank y'all so much for joining us. See you soon.
See you next time.